lush caves. ओ भाई, ये नया अपडेट है क्या? भाई सही अपडेट है। रुक जा माइनक्राफ्ट का स्ट्रीम देख रहा हूँ, रुक जा भाई। सही है, चलो वाइन्स मिलेगा, ये सही है, वाइन्स मिलेगा, वाइन्स मिल जाएगा यार, वाइन्स लेने इधर।
It's so beautiful. It doesn't feel cave-like.
There are vines in the lush caves, and they have glowberries on them, and these are actually a light source. And you can also pick them and eat them if you want to.
Nice.
Yes. And another plant we actually have is the drip leaf plant. And you can actually see that they can kind of grow from like water or anywhere else. And they grow quite tall, but they have like a little plant on the top that you can actually hop onto. So the idea of the mechanic behind it is that the leaf will actually tilt down when you stand on it too long. So this will actually make you fall through. However, after a few seconds, it'll come back up. So it's kind of this like platforming block that allows you to just, continue platforming over and over again, which I hope is really exciting for, content creators making maps.
Yeah, you can build like your own platforming levels, and then they will repair themselves. That's good.
You've also worked on improving the cave generation.
Yes.
Yeah, so as you can see here, I mean, this is drastically different to what caves used to look like. And there's definitely still the old style of caves.
अरे वही तो मेन है, रुक जा
And even here you can see that there's some water underground.
Yes, so we actually added something we call local water levels. So in one cave you might find like a cave lake, and another cave might not have that one. And this also means that we get naturally generated waterfalls, which is so pretty. And it also kind of gives like new ways to traverse the underground. You can actually go cave rafting.
Yeah, so you'll see in a bit that our player here will actually use a boat to raft. And that is just such an exciting opportunity to be able to traverse the caves in a very different way than we used to.
Yeah, we were playtesting, and then one of the devs like, look at this, it's so fun, and all of us just started.
हाँ, mine को नहीं देख रहा हूँ भाई।
So another thing to note here is that you could see that a lot of the ores were actually glowing. This is just for preview purposes. Ores aren't going to glow now. It's just that the caves tend to be quite dark, and we want to make sure that players can see the shapes of the cave. So we have the dripstone caves biome. And whenever I think about the idea of a cave update, the image of stalagmites and stalactites comes into my head. But adding these are pretty difficult. It's a very unique shape that Minecraft isn't really accustomed to. But I think the way that the artist put it into Minecraft works quite well. And of course, there's some mechanics surrounding this. So you can see that someone destroyed the block up the top, and so the dripstone fell down. Unfortunately for the zombies here, if you fall on these dripstones, you will get hurt.
Poor zombie.
There's another
इसे एक्सिफाम बन सकता है।
in the dripstone caves.
Yes, so maybe so.
Dripstone से एक्सिफाम बन जाएगा इसी वजह से।
Stalactites, you could see that it was like dripping water. So actually, if you put a cauldron under a stalactite, it will fill up with water. So it's renewable water.
And how do you remember which is stalactites and stalagmites?
भाई सही है भाई।
So if we look at the video, we can actually see that it's basically this growth, and this is called the Skulk blocks. And one of the blocks is called the Skulk Sensor. This is the new redstone block. As you can see, when you place or destroy a block, or if you have footsteps, it'll actually detect the vibrations around and then emit a redstone signal. So this is going to be very interesting for redstone players. We even have a mechanic around it where you can use wool with wool occlusion to essentially prevent signals from being able to get into the Skulk sensor. So let's take a look at that now. And as you can see here, I walked next to the Skulk sensor, and it's actually kind of doing an infinite loop where the piston is causing a vibration, and then it's activating the Skulk sensor and going over and over again. But here, I've actually put a wool block in between the piston, which prevents the signal from going to the Skulk Sensor. This can allow you to even do sort of directional Skulk Sensors where you can put wool blocks on each side
ओ भाई ये
and
सही
only
है
allow it to detect
यार
vibrations
रेडस्टोन
in
सीखना
front
पड़ेगा
of
मेरे
it.
को
And it lives in the deepest of the underground, in the deep dark. And this is a very dark place. And the cool thing is that this mob is very well adapted to the environment. So it can't see anything. So it's the first blind mob in Minecraft. And that's very interesting because it gives such interesting mechanics. So instead, it will react to vibrations, just like the Skulk Sensor block. So if you aren't very careful when you walk around in the deep dark, you might upset that mob.
वार्डन सिग्नल क्या आ रहा है 2 सिग्नल क्या है ओ भाई और एक सिग्नल गया अभी कैंडल है भाई ये तो
बंदे को स्केलेटन और ज़ॉम्बी नहीं डराएंगे, इसकी आवाज डराएगी।
अरे डरते हैं क्या
एकदम से आवाज आई तो कोई भी डर जाए।
वो भी भेंडी ओ भाई ये क्या है अच्छा इसके सर में वाईफाई कैप्चर है सिग्नल कैप्चर है अगर ये मिलेगा तो उसको ये मिलेगा भाई फास्ट है तो ये
तो बहुत फास्ट है
वो भाई एक शॉट में 5 उड़ा दिया है
What did we just see? We actually worked a lot on how does scariness look in Minecraft? Because we wanted to be very scary and we didn't want to take away from the scariness, but we felt let's add some derpiness to it. So it's like a mix. So for example, we added the mouth. I love the mouth. And
New World आएगा अब like
reacted like, oh, it's so cute, which I think it's more scary, but I think we find the perfect balance.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really has character.
Well, I have a sneak peek into what your vote is bringing to Minecraft on the cliff side of the Caves and Cliffs update. Goats. They're both mischievous and adorable at the same time. As you can see, they live on the mountains. And if you aren't careful, they might knock you off. They also have excellent jumping skills. We'll also get better mountain generation with spectacular and more dramatic mountains with height-dependent generation. That means things like tree lines and mountaintops that will be more challenging with lots of snow and ice. And speaking of snow, yes, it will be snowier. We will also have a new block called powder snow, which will be a kind of trap block. It looks similar to snow, but if you or a mob walk on it, you will fall right through.
Everyone, my name's Mumbo, this is my friend Grian, and this is my 1974 VW bus.
There's no air conditioning, there's no heating, there's no radio, there's no anti-locking brakes, no power steering.
There's no seatbelt. I've owned it for about 4 years, and to be frankly honest, it's pants. Times were definitely different in the 1970s, so it's ridiculously slow, and it's definitely lacking some of the modern comforts you would usually expect to find in a car these days.
We are embarking on a grand tour of England, going from the south coast up to Wales, and it's going to take us 3 whole days.
I'll be honest, Grian, mate, would you class that as a grand tour?
Well, yes, we have no radio, so it's going to feel a lot longer.
But you see, this isn't a regular road trip in a rubbish old van, this is a Minecraft Earth road trip. in a rubbish old van. With
ये
Minecraft being
क्या
a game you can play on the move, we thought we would travel to a bunch of different locations in the UK. Some of them are iconic, some of them just feel very Minecrafty, and some of them are barely linked to Minecraft at all, but we just really wanted to go to them, so we did.
Oh, he took it out on the guy next to him.
अरे ये तो
We
असली
also had a
लाभ
go
है
at integrating Minecraft Earth with real life. Minecraft Earth is construct.
If I just film this angle, there we go, look, it's our sand block.
All in all, though, the road trip was a huge success and we had a lot of fun. You can expect to see the full-length episodes appearing on our channels very, very soon.
So the Village Merchant, a really cool merchant, simple, straightforward items, and definitely a nice addition to the game.
पोल
A
में बोल
good
रहा है, पोल बोल के
replacement
क्लियर
for the
किया
Wandering Trader. Now let's go check in with our friend the blacksmith here. This is definitely something that I'm looking forward to because this is one of the coolest things that has possibly come to the game.
Hope
मैं
everyone
किसको
loved
वोट
it.
करूंगा
We
इस
launched for xCloud, so now people can play on mobile, which is so
oh,
fun.
yeah,
I really like that. And this week we just launched in China, so now we get to welcome
Moblooms
our Chinese
ओ भाई
friends to the
स्क्विड जीत रहा है
community.
बे what the fuck
I am super happy about that.
That's really exciting. Well, now we have a question from the community for you.
Close squid, close squid, close
ということで私から質問です。
भाई स्क्विड मत करियो भाई स्क्विड मत करियो भाई स्क्विड मत करियो
開
भाई
発者が想定していなかったファンの反応やゲームの仕様などありましたでしょうか。またマインクラフトダンジョンズの今後について教えてください。今後どのようなコンテンツが
अबे स्लो मोड ऑन कर दे भाई
All of this, you also have a new game mode coming.
Yeah, the game mode is coming very, very soon, and it's gonna be for all the players for free, and that's called Apocalypse Plus, which means that we're making the game just, you know, harder a bit at a time. Yeah.
When you call something apocalypse, it sounds...
Over the past few months, we've seen wildlife roam through cities while humans stayed inside. Without cruise ships and ferries around, dolphins visited the port of Cagliari in Sardinia, Italy, and wild boar roamed the streets of Barcelona. But what if animals could share space with humans all the time? Today, we're kicking off the first ever Minecraft Education Global Build Championship and asking students around the world to design and build healthy spaces for humans and animals to coexist together. What will you build?
Data got done, okay. Picking! Sorry, pigmen. Hoggling!
Only piggling or hoggling.
अबे धक्का दे दिया ब्रूट Zoggling Magma Cube Gas
अरे लेकिन पिगलिंग और हॉगलिंग की तो बनती नहीं आसपास में।
अरे ये लोग ऐसे दिखा रहे हैं
बट बच्चे हॉगलिंग और बच्चे पिगलिंग
Nobody brought like this. हाँ ये बात है कि उसने खेला था फेमस हुआ है
Eu sou o Gabriel, diretor da Irim Studios, e a gente tem cerca de 5 participantes na nossa equipe. Somos todos brasileiros.
शायद स्ट्रीम बफर हो रहा है।
नहीं मेरे लिए नहीं हो रहा
वापस से डाउन हो गया।
So over the summer, everyone in Mojang Studios was given tomato seeds to try and grow a tomato plant at home. So I thought that was kind of perfect inspiration to go make a crop. So you can interact and place the seeds, use the crops. See, they're kind of growing.
ओ भाई ग्लो स्कूट जीत रहा है फिर से सही है भाई
Got a few now that I can actually go pick. So in this case,
हाँ मैं भी अभी चालू
look
करूँगा
like the sweet berry bush where you can just right click on
जीतेगा
them.
तो ग्लो स्क्वाड।
But I think tomatoes taste disgusting, so I thought it was better to make them as something you can throw. So Conan and I had some fun. We were throwing them around. It's harmless.
बोन मिल से ग्रो कर पाए।
किसको?
वाटरमेलन को बोन मिल से ग्रो कर पाए।
क्या फायदा?